On Comic Book Nation, I am here with head of Marvel TV, Jeph Loeb, and we're talking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Jeph, this season, with being at a later time slot, obviously opens the doors for you guys to do a lot of things. What excites you about the potential, possibilities of things that you can do with the show?
Well, it's funny because we don't look at being at 10 o'clock as anything other than an opportunity to tell story. We're very lucky that ABC continues to believe in us, that our audience continues to believe in us, which is the thing. For a show that has been at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock and continues to work and continues to hold on to that audience, I think speaks to really two big things. One, extraordinary writing that's topped off by our showrunners, Jeff Bell and Marissa Tancerone and Jed Whedon, but also at the same time, an extraordinary cast. And what I mean is that cast has an ability to be able to connect with the audience, and that's what television really is about. It's a very intimate affair that you're having, and unlike the movies, which can tell an amazing story, which I love, but it also has the help of the fact that it's a gigantic adventure. It's a roller coaster ride that you get to go along on. But when you set off to tell a television series and you're going to do 22 hours of a television show, you better have characters that are going to be able to connect with the audience, because there's so much choice out there that they're just going to leave you in the lurch in a moment's notice. And the fact that they have stayed with S.H.I.E.L.D. Through different cast members, new cast members, now that we've taken the chance and introduced Robbie Reyes as the ghostwriter and an extraordinarily gifted actor in Gabriel Luna, I think that there's a lot of excitement behind the show. And whether or not we're on at 10 o'clock or we're on whenever we're on, I really want to just say thank you to that audience, which has basically said that they want to stick around.
Speaking of the characters, we've seen them grow an immense amount through the, now going into 4 seasons. But a character like Robbie Reyes, and especially, his alter ego Ghost Rider, is a very different character being introduced into this group dynamic. What is your favorite sort of reaction from either, cast or the characters to a character like Ghost Rider?
Well, when we set out at the beginning, even in the pilot, when we stated what it was that S.H.I.E.L.D. does, it was a very clear mission, which is to find the weird, to find the unusual, to find the dangerous in the Marvel Universe, and then either make a decision whether or not that person can be contained, that person can be destroyed, or that person can be trained. And so when you go through the Marvel Encyclopedia, Ghost Rider is a character that sort of checks all 3 boxes. But on the same token, the reason why we were so taken with the Robbie Reyes story was that it really is a story about family, and it's a story about an orphan who is looking after his younger brother in a very real world setting, East LA, and going into that community and being able to use that community as a launch point out of this otherwise incredibly large, fantastical world, grounds us in a way that people can really connect with it, and at the same time take you along for that ride. And so I think that's why it's been working.
Cool. I have one last question for you. Jeffrey Mace, who fans have been introduced to, obviously, with someone like Robbie Reyes, who has such a comics accurate look and costume, is there any possibility we may either learn more about Jeffrey and maybe even see him in a costume, or you guys doing what you guys have always been great at, as far as you're going to do the character that you guys want to do, and you're going to tie it in ways that comic fans realize, but use it as a different vehicle?
And I'm going to give you the answer that you expect, which is wait and see. The good news is that Jason O'Mara is an extraordinarily gifted actor, and in one episode has captured the imagination of our fan base, and we think that that's great, because there was a lot of speculation as to who the director was going to be, and when Jason walked on, they went, well, that's cool. And so let's see what happens now.
Perfect. Awesome. Jeph, thank you so
much.
Appreciate it.